Abortion is something I've never really understood. I've never understood the push for it. I've never understood the need for it. Like, I just don't get this modern age abortion thing. Let's talk about that. So many women are pro-abortion, and it's weird because it seems like it would be counterintuitive to their natural state. The nurturer, the mother, the birth giver, right? The one who raises the kids and nurtures and loves them and takes care of them. You would think that there wouldn't be such a push for the murdering of the fetuses. Like, I just don't get that. And then on top of that, you have this huge push for it, and they're saying, you know, what if there's complications, and what if my life's in danger, and what about health concerns? And if you look at the statistics of that, it's about 1% that there are life-threatening situations in pregnancies. Like 1%. So I don't find that argument of women saying that, you know, what about this in this situation? You know what? In the event of the pregnant woman's life is in danger, that she could lose her life because of the pregnancy, you know, in that situation, I think there are exceptions. I do. The biggest issue, and I think it's the biggest issue that is constantly ignored, is if you're so worried about having a baby and you want to push for abortions, why not just not get pregnant? We have condoms. We have contraceptives. There are many contraceptives out there. You got the pill. You got the little female condoms. You have the male condoms. You have the little T-valve thingy. There are lots of ways to not get pregnant. You could just, you know, not have the, you know, connection at the moment. I don't understand the push for killing a fetus. Now, on top of that, you have just as many scientists who argue that when a life begins, and all of the pro-abortion people choose to believe the science research about life beginning after 6 months, or after 4.5 months, or after they are born. And then you have other research that suggests that life begins at contraception. Life begins after 2 days. Life begins after a week. Life begins after the first month. Okay? Trying to use science to back up when life begins is about as effective and accurate as saying which religion is true. It is. You can't really use that as an argument. Now, whether you believe that having an abortion is killing a life or killing a potential life, either way, a life is going to be gone. Why isn't that valued more? And that bothers me. It really does. It bothers me a lot. You bring up my body, my choice, my body, my choice, my body, my choice. What about the baby's body? What about their choice? When people have an abortion, they are, sure, yeah, it's your body, your choice, but you are blatantly ignoring the baby's choice to live or die. Because I'm pretty sure the baby would want to live. So why is that okay? Why is it okay to say my body, my choice for you or for the pregnant woman, but not say my body, my choice for the unborn baby, for the fetus, for that potential life? It's not okay. And then you have the argument of the world doesn't have enough food. We're just overpopulating, so abortion is needed. And, you know, there is some validity there. Yeah, I get that. There are families who have too many kids. I am of the belief that 2, maybe 3, that's the max amount of kids. Once you're outmatched as a parent, that's why 3 is probably okay. But after 3, absolutely not. Once you're doubled up as a parent, you're not going to give the kids the proper attention that they need. I'm sure even the most well-intended people try their very best, but you will not be able to give every kid the proper attention that they're going to need. Honestly, after 4, especially when you get into 5 to 10 kids, the oldest ones are going to end up being babysitters and caregivers for you, and you're going to be robbing them of their childhood. I have seen it firsthand multiple times. Do not argue with me about that. I have seen that. Even I, as a second oldest, when I was around the age of 10, 11, I was a primary caregiver to my youngest sibling that was born for a year or 2. So I understand that. Oh, and then you're a man, your opinion doesn't matter. You're a man, your opinion doesn't matter. you know what? If I am the provider, if I am the protector, it absolutely matters my opinion. That needs to be valued and weighed in at least somewhat. If I'm going to be the one protecting the pregnant woman, protecting the new mother, protecting the newborn baby, protecting that fetus, providing for both of those mouths for the next however long, if I'm the one providing and protecting and taking care of, if I'm the one paying for those mouths, for that baby's mouth for the next 18 plus years, if that's going to be part of my responsibility as a man, my opinion does matter. You might have the ultimate say, sure, but me and other men, our opinions do matter, and those should be considered. Because when you completely act like you're an independent woman and the man doesn't have an opinion, that's when the men are gonna split. And then you're gonna complain, my man left me, he didn't want to have a baby, or my man left me because... No. Most of the time, a man is willing to step up when they have a kid. A decent man is willing to do it. And if you got pregnant by a man who isn't decent, I mean, that's your fault. If you want to go down the road and talk about the cases of rape and incest and having an abortion in those situations, that's a tricky topic. It really is. Because it's not the baby's fault. It's not the fetus's fault that it was created. So I get that. I get having an abortion because of rape or incest. You know, I think those are also an exception. But I don't think it should be made easily or lightly because it is not the baby's fault. And regardless of what happened, as awful as it may have been, that was a life that is being taken. It is. Look, if my wife were raped, I don't know if I'd want to keep the baby, and I get that. But rape and incest is also part of that 1%. So all of the women piggybacking off of rape and incest and life in danger during pregnancy and childbirth, you're piggybacking off of like 1% of the statistics of saying I need to have an abortion because of that reason. And don't even get me started when it comes to Planned Parenthood and what they do with those fetuses. It is absolutely sickening. If you don't want to have a child, don't get pregnant. If you happen to get pregnant, seek support and don't isolate your man. And seriously consider weighing the life that you might be taking away. Pro-abortionists, I could not sleep. And you know what? There are many women who have had an abortion, and it was one of the hardest things that they ever had to do, and a lot of them even regret it. Consider that case study for once. Consider the heartbreak that they went through because they made a decision, and for whatever reason, it might have been the best, might have been not. I don't know. Me, myself, I'm pro-life, if you couldn't tell.